All right, hi. So I made this video quite a while ago to show you how to take your outside plants and bring them inside and kind of acclimate them back into your home, as well as defeating bugs. What is that? Anyways, so in this video, it's not a very glamorous video because it's in my tub, and it's an old tub. It's like 30 years old. So it's, you know, one of those yellow yucky tubs. And the lighting is not the greatest. However, the information is there. So if you want to learn how I go about bringing my plants from outside to inside, stay here and watch. Maybe you'll find it helpful. I go through a couple different steps that I take and kind of errors you might make and time frames in order to like reintroduce it back into your house. Stuff like that. The usual, what you would expect kind of things. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy it and I hope you find it helpful. And oh, my name is Taz, by the way. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you being here. If you're not new, welcome back. I also appreciate you being here. And now, I guess, without further ado, let's get into it. Yes. All right, guys, this is a disaster right here. I know. Don't worry. I know. You don't have to tell me, okay? It's a disaster. It's been really stormy here. But anyways, so I'm starting to collect my thoughts and planning to bring these guys indoors soon, right? So what I like to do first and foremost is get an insecticide or like pest control spray, and I will like spray around the edges of this thing, kind of spray around the pots, and just kind of get anything super big to die. And then I will slowly bring a couple indoors and into my bathtub, directly into my bathtub, after checking that there's no adults on my plants, like no adult thrips, blah blah blah. You know, you want to check every leaf back and front to make sure that you don't have any nesting thrip eggs, or not eggs. You will have eggs, okay, if they're outside. Like, look, he's thrip infested, and that's okay. Like, it's okay. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm not really worried about it because I can treat it, right? I assumed this would happen with them being outside. So I will just bring in, let's say, 3 at a time, put them in my tub, and then I will show you what I do after that. But first, you kind of want to, you know, survey the damage. And then you can see I've already sprayed Grow Safe on these, let's say 5 days ago. So I've sprayed a, it's not a systemic killer, it's a, God, what's the opposite? Oh my God, that's going to kill me. Hang on, hold up. Contact killer. God, that was annoying. So I'm going to spray, I sprayed a contact killer on it. You can see how dirty they are from being outdoors. I mean, that's just, you know, whatever. I've neglected them out here. I do check on them regularly and water them appropriately. However, pest-wise, it's just they are on their own. You know, they got to figure it out. I do spray every couple weeks with Grow Safe to make sure that I'm kind of getting anything big in here to die. But you will get the bugs that come in, you know, that's just, it's going to happen. So that's what I'll do. I'll take a couple, take them to my tub, give them a wash, and then rinse them off. And I actually will then spray them again inside the tub, and I'll show you all this when I go back inside. But just a general how to prep your plants so that you don't infect your entire house. Because, like, look at this. That's fungal. That's a fungal issue. So I have to treat all of these, all of this, and it's just going to be, it's a lot, and I just don't want to, and I'm stressed about it. So we're going to do it together, okay? We're going to do this together. Meh. Okay, the lighting in here is going to be really horrible. Don't mind my ancient tub, okay? It's the only thing I haven't replaced, and I just don't have the energy to replace an entire tub. So we're just dealing. But I brought this one in, and this one in, and those are the two I'm going to work on. And then I just do it slowly. I don't do it all in one big haul, but I'm going to Miami in September, and school starts the end of the month. So I just want to kind of crack some out now so that I'm not overwhelmed, you know? And I will be using a dish soap. So if you want to copy what I'm doing, any dish soap works great. You can also use Castile soap. I don't really like using it because it leaves residue on the leaves. that's not for me. And again, I'm sorry about the darkness of this. There. But yeah, so my pendants and my Florida Beauty will be first on the list. And I will spray them off. First, I'll put a pesticide on. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to use this. So you can see it's just dead bugs. And this is just going to kill anything that's maybe alive. And yeah, I'm doing it in my tub. Don't worry, I clean my tub very well after I do stuff like this. My kids shower, so they don't really sit in my tub, but in the tub, they're showerers, not tubbers. God, I hate these spray bottles. But this will just kind of be your first line of defense. And then when I don't have my phone, I will do the undersides. Make sure you're spraying underneath as well. And make sure you're cleaning your tub really well multiple times. If you do this in your tub, because you don't really want insecticide on your children or pets. I don't know. But yeah, let me do the undersides. Now I will actually leave these for a couple hours to marinate. Sorry, I cut off my video, but I will leave these for a couple hours to marinate. I'm gonna go eat. I'm super dizzy. I haven't eaten yet, and I even worked out, so I'm double bad. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will come wash them. One thing I forgot to mention is I will, in the soil, sprinkle my systemic granules, or whatever they're called. And I will link all of these things, if you've never heard me talk about them, in the bottom, in the linky area. But yeah, I will put this in, and then I won't rinse it right now, because when I clean the leaves, water is going to naturally fall in here. I do put quite a bit, because it's outdoors. You know, gnats probably laid some eggs in here. You might have thrips in there. You might have some sort of anything, I don't know, spiders, whatever you don't want in your house. And make sure you're closing your bathroom door or whatever space you're putting it in, because you don't want anything to get out. Okay, this was kind of hard to set up, so hopefully you can kind of see what's going on here. But I have you propped up on my tub. I know. Anyways, it's gonna fall. So what I want to do first, do not knock it over, cat, is I'm gonna turn on my sprayers. It's gonna be loud, but I'm just gonna wet the leaves. Just getting them, you know, moist. Really loves that word, I know. All right, and then I'm just gonna take dish soap, and I'm just gonna gently, like literally clear them, all the little nookies and crannies. And now this isn't a fail-safe, right? There's very likely the chance. Words are not coming to me today. I'm sorry. Let's pretend we understand what I'm saying. It is hard to say for 100% that there's nothing on here, right? We don't know. We don't know if there's something hiding that didn't get it all. So I will show you after this what I do. I'm going to bring them into my room, which is the quarantine zone. All right, my bedroom's kind of a cluster. So these are the other 4 I brought out, I want to say 5 days ago. And they're quarantining in my room. I have my Villanarvium. Sorry if I say anything wrong. I have my, I think it's a Pangol. I think it's just a Patricia crossed with Spiritus. What is it? Oh, no, I'm wrong. It is a Pinatolabulibidibidum and a Philodendron with a Rubicens and a Spiritus Sancti. So it's got 3 things. I butchered that name so much. I don't know. But I love the Spiritus crosses because it's the closest I can get to having a Spiritus right now. This guy's not doing great. His roots were really good, but I'm worried that he has pests. It's a Shuar Soul. I can never say it right. But my point is, I put the Cucumeris on this, and I'm hoping that they touch I have this guy down here too, my Portilla Dreams. And they're just all doing rough, but his roots are actually fantastic. I don't know. He did not like coming indoors, but look at that. So like I have no fear that he won't adjust okay. He just might have to lose these leaves. Beautiful leaves. And regrow, which is fine. We all have patience, right? Kind of. But I'm having all my plants sort of touch leaves so that the little pesties, once they wake up, they'll come out of their little house and they'll crawl all over. And then this guy should be touching this guy. Just in case it gets on him, then at least I don't have to worry too much about having to move the satchel around, which I probably will anyways. But just to make sure, because they were outside, that those guys get any eggs. They eat the eggs. They don't eat the live adults, my mom said, but they do eat the little tiny pests and as well as the egg sacs, etc. So it's like your final cleanup. And then they also go into your soil and eat gnat eggs, gnat babies, blah, blah, blah. So fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. As you can see here, I have my little good guy pack. So these are going to be teeming with little bugs. That's also one thing to keep in mind if you purchase a plant from our shop. You might see these guys on your plant. Don't panic. We check pests for pests every time a plant ships. We don't send anything else out that we haven't used our magnifying glass on and actually checked. We wipe down leaves, yada yada, right? It'd be so embarrassing if a plant I sent out had pests on it. I would die. So I try my best to watch for it. Of course, plants are plants, so you know, sometimes you miss something. If I ever did, I'm human, you know, it happens. I'll own up to that and say I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. You know how the drill, how it goes. I'm blabbing today. But these are the ones my mom uses. She got them, and then I got 10 packs from her. The reason I'm showing you these is once those plants are done, and I'll show you in my bedroom, hang on. And I will link those in the description. These specific ones my mom gets, we like them. So if you want to do them for yours, go ahead. But these are all the babies that are for sale. So if you get a baby and you're like, oh my God, it has bugs on it. They're good bugs. Leave them. They're doing their job. They're like little tiny, when they hatch. Oh, here's one. See that little white guy? Hang on. Let me zoom. You see that little white dude? There might be one up there too. But they already... Update, I have added some more plants. I've kind of just put my plants on top of each other to really make sure they're all getting these little bugs. Because I know you're hungry. And so hopefully that will help, because I don't have that many satchels. Yes, I know you're hungry. Wait. Tell me, are you hungry? How hungry are you, buddy? Yeah, you hungered? Good morning. I just woke up, so I'm a little groggy, but I wanted to show you where I have my plants set up. I got hiccups already. It's really windy outside. Anyways, I've set them all here. I do have bugs. I did think last night when I was sleeping that I have put systemic granules, and I've sprayed these with systemic sprayers as well, so those bugs might die. Oops. I didn't really think about that till now, so maybe just keep that in mind. Maybe you want to throw those bugs on there first to eat the eggs that maybe your soap wouldn't get off. They're in the bathtub for a couple days. I just don't like the adults being on here, so I mean, we could look and see if there's any alive. I know there was someone here yesterday. I saw them. Yeah, I know. We're gonna go eat now. He's like, every freaking morning, mother. Every morning you do this to me. I want to see if we can see some. There, by all that hair. He's in there. Yeah, it's my cat brushed against him. There, that one's alive. So he's alive. That's good. Okay, that's good stuff. So they will eat all the little eggs. But anyway, so I have them by fans. I have these little PC fans. They're not PC fans, but they're like just mini fans on here, so that they kind of dry out a little bit because they had some extra water. And then some light. My daughter's not home. She's on vacation, so this is their spot, and they'll just stay here until I qualify them to be in the rest of the home. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm coming. Also, last thing. We have like the 2 last normal plants that are sitting out there. I think I have a couple more. But I have these 2 big boys in here. This one has had 3 summers out. And he is just, this leaf he's held on to for like 2 years somehow. But it is just riddled in yuck. He's still happy. Like, look at him. He's made so many babies. He's a happy boy. My mom this is like one of the first alocasias my mom bought me. So I don't want to ever get rid of it. I'm pretty sentimental about it. She also gave me this. So I also don't want to get rid of this. But he did not like the heat being outdoors. I'm telling you guys, don't put your anthurium outdoors. Mine really didn't like it. And I think the heat to humidity ratio was not where it needed to be for these types of plants. It did not like it. I think it over transpired and it dried out the leaves. And I think it just did it no aid whatsoever. So I think if your temperature is going past 78, I say just don't bring them outside. Keep them inside. They do better inside anyways. Mine were thriving indoors. He's throwing some leaves, but this one looks a little curled up. So I'm hoping that being indoors now will obviously shock it a little bit to that change. But I'm hoping that it gives it a better environment to grow peacefully and not be overworking itself. And I will explain what I mean by all that in a video when I talk about anthurium as a whole, because I have some important advice that I really want to share and just maybe make some other people feel a little more comfortable to take on more rare anthurium. But yeah, he did not like that. So I would, next year, I'm not going to put my anthurium outside. Even though they grow faster, it's not worth it to me. All right, it is, what is it now? It's about 3 weeks later. My plants have been moved in to my room, and I have some new ones acclimating here, but I'm going to talk about those later. But as you can see, this was covered in thrip. I don't know if they were like the eggs or sacks or poop. Hang on, babes. And I literally, with my nail, picked off every single one, washed it, sprayed it, and now he's happy. This guy's not doing as great. He was the same as last time, I guess, but I'm tempted to just chop these leaves off, and because this one's stunted now, so we just have to wait for new growth to come in. But he definitely took a hit being outside. So I think, honestly, as far as anthurium go, I'm not going to put my anthurium outside next year. I'm going to keep them in, because even with them being inside, my humidity levels go higher anyways, and the temperature stays at a nice level for them. This is my Pretilla Dreams. He came in, he didn't yellow, thankfully. He's doing okay. He's probably gonna, this obviously didn't continue growing, but that's okay, because he'll push out more. But I mean, it is kind of a pity, but you know, what can you do? You can't really do much about that. This guy has always just done really good for me. He acclimates every year in and out. So he's doing okay. He's doing okay. He did get thrips at one point, not from outside, before he went outside. Excuse my kid. But he didn't really grow new leaves. He only grew this one outside. So I did wash this one up and put him in here. Same with this one. Cleaned up, put in here. I had to actually scrub these leaves because he had, from my pest spray that I had done previously, like 3 months ago, I didn't rinse it off, which, yeah, you kind of want to rinse some of them off if they're an oilier pesticide, because it stains some of the leaves pretty bad, and you can kind of see it in some areas. Like this spot is just, he needs to be shined up, but he's super happy out here. So I moved my cabinet from here, and they're just going to stay here for now until I kind of figure out design-wise what I want to do. This guy got moved in here today. He also just got cleaned up and brought in. He also had staining from the pesticide. I don't know if I left any on here. I did scrub it all off, but it did make him yellow considerably, so you do want to be careful about that. Same with this guy. He's brought in. He's doing good. Nothing's really yellowing except for this one. Again, I think that's more the pesticide. As you can see, he's kind of sticky. But I don't really know how to combat that. I'm just going to change the one I use. I used an older one that I used to use all the time, and I kind of regretted doing that. So I use Grow Safe for the most part, so that's been working. I don't know why I did something different, but that's okay. Overall, things are looking okay. They're looking okay. So, I mean, they could be better. This guy could be better. He's got a lot of yellowing. That guy came in really good. He's doing okay. My alocasia popped so many corms being outside, so that is a plus when you're putting alocasia outside. They do like it even with the intense heat. They don't seem to mind it as much. Got a lot of corms from them, so overall it was a success. All right, good morning, guys. It has been, wow, a while. Look, I even have new stuff up. I need to put something here. But I wanted to quickly say, for winter, what I like to do to kind of prep my plants for the seasonal change, because you're going to have a humidity drop, you're going to have a light change, all of that juicy stuff. I like to have my grow lights. That was bright, wasn't it? So I have them hanging on a hook. I'm going to attach it to the corner. I had to move this spot so that it would fit in this new, because my cabinet's not here anymore. And so they get light, and then those ones don't have it, but I have one here as well. And it shines down on all of these guys. Those are the only ones that were outside. But everything else that was outside has grow lights that are hanging down to give them supplemental light, because it's just, my house is great, but it's not south facing. So I don't get a ton of light. So I have to supplement it with new light. Also, like I mentioned before, I do use dehumidifiers. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Humidifiers sometimes to help new plants recover, as well as plants that were outside recover when they come inside. What I also do after, even though I've done the pest spray, is wash them with dish soap. I wash all my leaves with the dish soap like I showed you before, and then I rinse them off. These ones were outside. A lot of them were in my tub. But then I will take a leaf cleaning spray, any kind, doesn't matter. This one is from, I forget the company, the Plant Bar, duh, I knew that. But it's just a nice smelling leaf cleaner, and it has some neem in it, so it's just like another extra little backup in case you have any insects on there. So there's the neem oil and silica. So silica also will help you prevent any sort of pests on here. So if you throw some silica in your water when you fertilize, it will help prevent and kill anything that's kind of eating or munching on your plants. So, but this, I really like these. These are like delicious smelling.